Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm going to go live on Facebook in a second. But, you know, this is important. So hopefully, everybody will, catch the drift. Alright. The more things change, the more they stay the same. No. Come on, damn it. That's why I fucking hate technology. Can never get this shit to work. Alright. Hello, Facebookers. I'm also on Kung Fu Havoc number 2. And this is important because of what I've seen in the news a day or so ago, or whatever. I just haven't had time to get my shit together to figure out how I'm gonna word this shit. So basically, I'm gonna talk to y'all. Young men of color. Look, let me get up for this. Young men of color. I'm not gonna stay on Facebook that long, so if you want to see all of it, your ass probably want to go to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this one more time. I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 in 2 weeks. Yay me. I've made it this long for one simple reason. Hello, whoever just popped on. Hello, Marie Candy. This is a very serious topic. So all you young men of color, if your skin is brown, your ass is going down. So you better pay attention. Alright? I'm not saying this because I'm a douchebag full of dick tips. I'm not having a Captain Deadpool moment. I'm saying this because of the things I've been watching on the news. This is something y'all need to understand. Ain't nothing changed. Having the red-headed demon seed step troll running office has not changed a damn thing when it comes to law enforcement or law officials or any of that shit. And I don't care if you haven't done anything wrong. I'm going to tell you how you make it to 45. Comply. Do what they say. Don't argue with these motherfuckers because they don't hesitate on a person of color to put a bullet in your ass. It's not that difficult to just do what they say. Because there ain't a lot of bad cops. There ain't a lot of good cops. It's probably an equal amount of both. And a lot of people don't have scruples. And a lot of people are ethically challenged and don't know the hell the difference between having the ability to do the right thing because you have a badge and the power, or abusing your ability to do the right thing because you have a badge and the power. I was bullied by a cop in my class for last season. I ain't gonna reveal his name. He know who the hell he is because he jumped on my shit for cussing in front of children and threatened to arrest me in class. But everyone else that he talked to could say cuss words, and that includes other black people. Yeah, you skinny motherfucker, you know who the hell you are. Officer, your last name starts with a W. I know exactly who you are, and we're going to leave it right there. Because you didn't say nothing to nobody else when they cussed in the hall, but you specifically picked on me because my military service wasn't as good as his. Alright? So we're going to leave that right there because that's not here or there. But what is here or there is that a young black man done something wrong, ran from the cops, got shot in his back. That's nothing new. Ain't nothing changed with cops from state to state since the Rodney King ass whooping. So I'm going to say this while I'm still on Facebook Live. Young men of color, comply. Comply, comply, comply. If that motherfucker tell you to stand still, stand still. Unless that son bitch tells you to rape the chick standing next to you, you do what that motherfucker says. Because if you don't, he won't hesitate to put a fucking bullet in your head. I'm stopping my Facebook right here. You want to see the rest of this, you go to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I gotta grow my channel anyway. Now, for you here on Kung Fu Havoc number 2. What I said is 1,000% on point. I'm going to explain this to you. Because I am a 44-year-old man. And I made it to 44-year-old because I didn't do stupid shit. I ran with a gang for 3 days. Only 3 days. That shit wasn't cut out for me. I fought in the streets since I was 6 years old till I was 12 years old. Why did I stop? Because my father stopped me. And it wasn't like I wanted to do it. I kind of really didn't have a choice in the matter. But we have choices, man. And y'all got to learn how to make them. And you got to make them right. You can't just sit here and say, oh, well, I'm going to be a badass like 50 Cent and all them because that's the way I want to be. But here's the thing. Try being a badass like LeVar Burton. Get a job with Reading Rainbow. Give black people somebody to look up to that's positive. No offense, 50 Cent. I know you do some positive shit for black people. But your music got kids believing shit that they shouldn't believe. But that goes with every generation. Because I was in the Ghetto Boys. I was in the Public Enemy. I was in the NWA with Ice Cube and all the motherfuckers. And I still cuss when I talk. And I still like Snoop Dogg and all that other shit. But here's the reality. A lot of kids don't know how to differentiate the difference between living in the real world and living in the fake world. And what they see on TV and all this other stuff, they believe that crap. Because they don't have men in their lives to set them straight. We as entertainers have to step up and set children straight. Because if we don't, it's going to be a lot more dead children of color than the living ones. Because a lot of the living ones, dads are in jail. Because of some shit that they believed. Or because they were falsely accused. Or because they did some shit that was not morally correct. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of who I have become. I'm not proud of the man that I used to be as much as I was before my life went to hell. I've always tried to live by a standard of moral right and wrong. I suffer from superhero syndrome, and sometimes that shit doesn't work out, because sometimes the people you help will turn around and stab you right in the back. Yes, I've had that happen. I'm speaking from experience. But for all of you young men of color, if your skin is brown, your ass is going down. Do not resist these motherfuckers, man. Do what they tell you to do. There are good white cops, there are good black cops, there are good Asian cops. But those are generally the ones that you will not encounter. There are bad white cops, there are bad Asian cops, there are bad black cops. Those are generally the ones you will encounter. There's a bunch of Uncle Tom motherfuckers working under, man. You have to comply. If that officer wants you to give him your hands, comply. Don't resist. If you don't go out and do dumb shit, they don't have a reason to pull you. Outside of stereotypical black shit. If you know you smoke weed, don't put that shit in your car. Don't keep that shit on your person. Smoke it at home. Smoke it somewhere. But don't transport that shit nowhere. You gotta go somewhere and they want to smoke weed, tell them to have it when you get there. That way when you get there, you can drive in your weed-free car and smoke that shit when you get there. Then get the scent off you and drive the fuck back home. Too many of y'all who like to smoke weed recreationally get fucked up because you don't use your fucking brain power. Now this may seem harsh. I don't give a shit. I'm trying to save your life by telling you how this shit works. I've never done weed or any drug a day in my life that wasn't prescribed to me by a doctor, with the exception of vodka. And maybe one of those damn Four Loko things. But I've never done shit that would get me locked the fuck up. I've never waved guns in front of people. I've never fired a fucking firearm in public. I've never done something stupid that a lot of us young people of color think is cool and think that we can get away with it. Well, here's a tip. One, you should be 21 to 25 to actually have a firearm that is a handgun in damn near every 50 state. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, for the first 49 states, not counting Hawaii, I know you gotta be 21 to purchase a handgun. Which is kind of fucked up because you only have to be 18 to get an AR-15. Don't ask. I didn't write the rules. I'm not a member of the NRA. We do need more gun control. And for that asshat that's trying to make plastic weapons, yeah, thanks for inviting domestic terrorists right back into the country, in which we sign our names up when we put on these dog tags to defend idiots like you who say, hey, let's make these guns out of plastic so that innocent people can get killed. Yeah, that's a real dick move. I guess he's a dick. And he's finding loopholes. The Supreme Court need to ban some of this shit. I mean, some common sense rules need to apply. But for you young colored kids, like me, when I was a kid, my dad taught me what to do when the cop pulled you over. 10 and 2, don't move, because them motherfuckers will shoot you. A lot of cops are not brave. A lot of cops are walking around with lack of sleep and are chicken shits. I'm sorry if I've offended any police officers watching this right now, but you know it's true. Everybody has a flight or fight instinct. Some people have a fight instinct, some people have a flight instinct, and some of them is a combo with a two, and those are the ones you got to worry about, because if they're so scared to fight but they flight while they're in fight, you're going to get shot. I'm not a saint, but if I could save one life with this video, then I've done my job. But y'all got to understand, in the news, every time we turn around, somebody's done something to somebody black, and that shit ain't been no worse now than it's been with the Rodney King verdict. When Rodney King got beat up, it only got worse from there, and it's still getting worse. But the main reason is because we young people of color just don't believe we should comply. We want to be badasses. We want to be the tough guy. You want to be a tough guy? I'm going to tell you how to be a tough guy. Do what they say so you can live another day. That's tough enough as it is. Don't be the rebel without a cause, trying to prove your ass is a man. So, I'm going to take a break for it. You can't outrun a bullet, son. Don't be dumb. Use your brains. Cop pulls you over and you know you got weed in the car. It ain't much they can do to you if you have never had a warrant or been to jail. Also depends on what state you're in. But for the most part, in all 50 states, I believe it is illegal to transport weed. Except maybe in a place where they just legalized it in Colorado. But I'm not going to swear that because I don't give a fuck about weed. Or any drug, because I don't need drugs to fulfill my life. Maybe a little bit of sex, but no drugs. And sex is way better than drugs. So, not that I'm promoting premarital sex or anything. And always use condom. If you do decide to take this video to heart and use condoms, please use condoms. But on a serious note, the main reason why we, people of color, and by people of color I mostly mean black people, why we are always getting gunned down by cops is because we don't use our brains. We don't try to use our brains. We want to be badasses. We want to be tough guys. We want to be thugs. We want to be anything but somebody positive. Comply. And here's the tip. Grown ass men right here, if you're listening. Young ass men right here, if you're listening. Teenagers, toddlers, if you're listening. Pick your friends carefully. Because generally it's not you to get you in trouble, it's your friends to get you in trouble. If your friend does weed and you come from a family that don't do drugs, that is not the friend you need. Because the only thing he's going to do is either get you on drugs or get you doing stupid shit to cover up. Or he'll be the guy who slips that weed in your notebook when you weren't looking, and then you come home and daddy like me sees it, and daddy like me beats your ass, rips the weed up and flushes it down the fucking toilet. But nowadays, everybody and their mama smoking weed. Well, not everybody, but a majority over the minority. Because weed is just the shit. I don't have nothing against anybody who smokes weed. Let me clear that up right now. But here's my thing. And you can take this any way you want it. And y'all can hate me if you want it to. If you are not willing to deal with the consequences of your actions, then don't create the action. Understand? You want to smoke weed? Hey, I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. You don't have to answer to me. Smoke until your motherfucking balls and your ovaries pop out. But remember that it is a crime, and you need to be willing to deal with the consequences of that action. I got better things to do with my time than sit in jail and do nothing. I'm going to school for a reason. Police science and criminal justice. I can pass a piss test. Can you? Think that shit through. Think about how all this stuff can come back on you and keep you from doing a job. Well, the only thing come back on me? Probably naked pictures on the internet. Who cares? Everybody's seeing one dick, you seen them all. Be seeing you.